Hi guys, ArchieLuxury on the Paul Pluta channel. Today guys, I am doing the final video for Brian. This is 21QA147. And this question here is something that I've really been thinking about myself. Why isn't JLC on par with other watchmakers? Their quality is amazing. And I got to tell you guys, I've been a huge JLC fan. I've got the JLC Reverso Grande, which I have loved. And I got to be totally honest with you. I used to say JLC is Patek quality at a Rolex price. And yeah, that's kind of true, but I do think Patek is a bit better in the quality. It's substantially more money. But, you know, JLC is a great brand. A friend of mine recently bought a pre-owned JLC Master Control Tourbillon. And that is a great watch. Tourbillon JLC. If you're going to get a discount Tourbillon, JLC is kind of the brand that it's still very, very respectable. They were a top movement maker. They've supplied Patek, Vacheron, Audemars Piguet. They've done the works. Now, I've got to tell you what's really happened with JLC. It's an interesting thing. These guys are owned by the Richemont Group. And I got to tell you, JLC, they've done really well with the Reverso. I think they have done some amazing things with the Reverso. The Reverso, of course, was that sports watch from the 30s for international polo players. And although it was a sports watch, they couldn't really bring the Reverso into modern times. It sort of stayed as a retro watch. They tried to do it with the Squadra, the square Reverso, but then it's not a Reverso if it's a square. You know what I mean? It didn't have the golden ratio. So that's kind of been a bit of a dud. JLC, the Master Control series, fantastic. That's been a pretty nice watch, the Master Controls. They had triple date calendars. They've had so many good watches there. Moon phase, ultra thins. They've done a lot of magic, and it is that's also a great chic kind of dress watch. Didn't really cut it. And then you've got some amazing sports watches. You had the Polaris series. You had the Memovox. That's the alarm watch. Man, these guys here should have been pumping. And I mean, JLC, they had the big watches, and they were ahead of the curve. Why didn't they really take off that much? I think it's just luck. To be honest with you, I think it's luck. And I got to say to you, it's not a fair world. I mean, I think JLC should be better in the sports arena than Blancpain. I mean, Blancpain is kind of this bullshit kind of pseudo horology brand. You know, I think JLC is streets ahead of Blancpain. I think JLC is ahead of things like Chopard with their Look series. I mean, JLC had so much going for it. Why can't they churn out a sports watch that people want? And I kind of think that's just how it goes. There's no fairness in the world. Why didn't they get, all they wanted was a lousy Seamaster or a Submariner or something like that. But JLC never really pulled it off. And it's kind of sad. I'm very sorry, JLC. It just wasn't meant to be. And it's not fair. It's not fair. JLC, I mean, JLC is heaps better than bullshit like Gerard Perregaux. You know, they're better than Hublot's a nothing brand, but it's kind of got, you know, I don't know what to say there. It's JLC just didn't get the love it wanted. And I got to be honest with you, the Reverso line is amazing. The Master Control line is very solid. I even love the Polaris. I actually owned for a short period of time a Polaris. I owned a Polaris chronograph, 2 reg chronograph, automatic. It was a column wheel vertical clutch. It was a really nice piece of kit. And it's just unfortunate. It is just unfortunate. And I got to say, you know, you look at a brand like Zenith and you say, why didn't Zenith have success? Because they churned out some really bloody ugly watches. This is the truth. You look at a brand like, you know, you look at a brand like Breguet, they're kind of a Phoenix brand. Swatch Group owned them, high-end luxury, and they were able to go to the core of their roots and bring out some good sports babies. They had Breguet's, the watchmakers watch, you know, Breguet is they invented things like a tourbillon. They so much, Louis Breguet did so much. And the brand kind of, you know, it fumbled, but they were able to look back and resurrect the Type 20, which is a Cam's chronograph. That was a beautiful piece. It's a retro sports aviator. I mean, that just popped. Even Breguet Marines. They're a quality, nicely done thing. JLC just didn't have the kahunas to pull it off. And I didn't say it was fair. I didn't say it was just. It's just how the cookie crumbles. I am sorry. I'm very sorry. This is life. Life can be unfair. And I got to be honest with you there. I never said it was cool. I never said it was the way it should be. JLC just didn't tap into it as well as Breguet. You know, Breguet brought out the sports line it pushed up the super prestigious. Breguet did some amazing, just clever marketing. JLC should have success, and it's kind of, the Polaris has always been a bit, the deep sea, the chrono divers kind of, you know, they're a great brand. They really, I mean, I instead of having Patek's, you know, I could seriously have more JLCs. I could actually have only JLCs. Imagine that. My Louis Vuitton box just full of JLCs. I could have what would I have? I have a couple of Reversos. You'd have the Reverso Grand Date. You'd have a calendar Reverso. You'd have a tribute to 1931. Maybe a duo. You'd have I'd have a Polaris. I'd have a Master Control of some sort there. You could have some pressure. You could have such. The brand is amazing. It's just, unfortunately, it's a softie. It's a bit of a softie. And, you know, Brian, I'm sorry. There just is, just like in life, there is no fairness. It's just how the cookie crumbled. It just, unfortunately. JLC's a great brand, but they just didn't get that. They need, you know, success is 3 components. Hard work, hard work, which JLC has certainly done. It's hard work. It's luck. A bit of luck. Unfortunately, they haven't had bad luck, but they haven't had great luck. And they got to be a bit ruthless. Ruthless. 3 components. Hard work, luck, and being ruthless. And JLC's always been the nice guy. You know, nice guys don't come first. And that's kind of what's happened to JLC. But we'll see how it goes. It ain't over. It ain't over. They're a highly respected brand. I love them. So I just think that's the problem, Brian. No hard feelings. It's just the truth. Okay, guys, that's my review today for Brian. Guys, like, subscribe, and tell your friends. Without Google ratings, without people watching this stuff, it's very hard for me to survive. So please, guys, help me out a bit. See if you can get me some views, and I would greatly appreciate your help. $50 for a paid review. Look in the description. Do it now. Let's get one on air soon. See you later. Hi guys, ArchieLuxury, and who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW, David SW, David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW, David SW, David SW. Like, subscribe, and tell your friends, and don't be afraid to get a paid review. $50 for a paid review. It helps me stay full-time on YouTube, and I will see you in the next one. $50 paid review. I can't survive on Google Ads. I need your support. And guys, you could also sponsor me on Patreon. Patreon allows you to pay as little as $1 a month to keep me on YouTube. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury. Who do I recommend for watches in Brisbane and Sydney? Vintage Watch Co. That's correct. Vintage Watch Co. in Brisbane Arcade in Brisbane and the Strand Arcade in Sydney. Vintage Watch Co. Brisbane and Sydney. Ronnie, I've known him since the late 90s. Ronnie is a top bloke. Luke is a great guy. Vintage Watch Co. That is who I recommend in Australia. Check out Vintage Watch Co. and the guys' amazing range of watches. They also do service and repairs. Vintage Watch Co. That is where the Pontiff goes. You know, some of my Pateks came from Vintage Watch Co. That's right, guys. Vintage Watch Co.